In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw the inside of a room using one-point perspective. When you're drawing the inside of a room in one-point perspective, you should be facing the wall on the opposite side of the room. Later, I'm going to show you how to do the interior of a room using two-point perspective, and for that, you'll be facing the corner. So since we're facing the wall for one-point perspective, we're going to go ahead and draw that wall first before we put in our vanishing point. Now, the more space I leave below that wall, that rectangle, the more space I'll see on the floor. The more space that I have above the rectangle, so if I draw my rectangle down here, the more I see of my ceiling. Since I want to include more things in the room that are on the floor, I'm going to put my rectangle up a little bit higher. So I'm thinking I'm going to put the corners somewhere around here. I'll go ahead and use my ruler to draw those in. And the back wall has 4 right angles, and the sides and the bottoms, and the bottom and the top are parallel to the edges of the paper. Now I can choose where to put my vanishing point. So the vanishing point is also going to represent the person's viewpoint that is looking in the room. So it has to be inside this wall, because if the vanishing point was over here outside of the wall, it would mean that the person was looking straight into another room, and they'd be on the other side of this wall and they wouldn't be able to see in this room. Or if the vanishing point was above the top of the wall, it would be above the ceiling. And so the ceiling would be in the way. We wouldn't be able to see what was in the room. So it needs to be somewhere within this rectangle. If my vanishing point is on the left side of the rectangle, it means I'm standing on the left side of the room. If it's near the bottom, it means that I'm low down to the ground, almost in line with the floor. If it's up near the top, it means my eye level is at the ceiling. So I'm going to put my eye level somewhere down in the middle of the room, but on the left-hand side, just to show you what it looks like from a different viewpoint. So this is my vantage point. This is where I'm standing in the room. If I look straight across at the wall, that's where my eye level comes to within this room. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my lines for where the ceiling and the floor need to be. To do that, I need to line the vanishing point up with each corner of the room. Once I've lined up the corner and the vanishing point, I draw a line from the corner to the edge of my paper. Many students get confused and they want to draw it to the corner of the paper, but that's not correct. The only way that works out is if you happen to have placed your rectangle in the middle of the paper and your vanishing point is in the middle and everything just happens to align that way. But because I purposefully put my vanishing point to the left and not in the center, I know that this will not line up with the corners of my paper, and that is fine. So I'm going to line this vanishing point up with this corner and draw my line. I'm going to line it up with this corner and draw my line. And then I'm going to line it up with this corner and draw my line. The reason that the walls are angled differently is because I'm closer to this wall. I'm further away from this wall because I'm on this side of the room. So now let's draw a few things against the back wall. Anything that is against the back wall is probably going to be at right angles and true horizontals and true verticals. For example, let's say I have a television that's in the middle of the room. So I'm just going to kind of lay out where I want it to go. Let's say my television is right here. I'm going to use my ruler to draw it. So this television is going to be a rectangle, and it has right angles. The sides are parallel to the sides of the room, and the top and the bottom are parallel to the floor and the ceiling. So let's give it a TV stand that it's sitting on. So the front of the TV stand, it's going to come a little bit below because it's in front of the TV. It comes out a little bit. and it's a little bit wider than the television itself. Now, we're going to do this just like we did with drawing our boxes and drawing our cityscape. We started with the front face of the building, or the front face of the box. So we're going to start with the front case, or the front face of the TV stand. It needs to come below where the floor line is, because we have to give it space to be sitting on the floor. I'll show you that in a minute. So we're going to make the bottom of it down here below the floor line. Now, we wouldn't be able to see this side of the TV stand because it's to the right of our view level, and we can't see that side, but this one's to the right. We would be able to see this side. So I'm going to line these corners up with that vanishing point, and this corner too. But we wouldn't line this corner up unless it was a transparent TV stand. So we can't see that line. So now I'm going to decide the back of the TV stand can't go past the floor line because it has to be sitting on the floor. So I'm going to have it right up against the floor, against this wall. So right where it meets the wall, right here, I'm going to draw the line parallel to the front side. Then it makes a 90-degree turn and goes back behind the TV. And we can't see where it meets this line over here because that's behind the TV. So now I can erase the converging lines that I don't need, that aren't part of the TV stand. And I can erase the floor line that's going through the TV stand. And I can give it some shelving and cabinets and things later on when I'm adding details. Next, I want to give the TV just a little bit of some depth. So I'm going to draw a line from this corner to the vanishing point and from this corner to the vanishing point, but not all the way because I know that I'm not going to give it that much depth. So there's going to be the back of the TV. And later, if I want, I can just kind of give it some curved edges and play around with those details. Next, I'm going to draw a couch over here on this side of the room. So I think I want the couch cushions where you're sitting to be right about here. So that's where one end's going to be. I'm just going to draw in a line that is horizontal, that's parallel to the floor, where I want the seat to go. I'm going to line this corner up with the vanishing point. I'm going to make all the lines straight to start with, and I'm going to draw lightly because I want to make them look curved later like a couch, but I need the basic shape in there first. So this line should be horizontal. This line right here for the other end of the couch should be horizontal. And then this one's going to the vanishing point. And let's have this one going to the vanishing point too. Then we're going to turn and the couch is going to go up for the top of it. Line the top up with the vanishing point. And now I'm going to make the bottom part. So I've got a vertical line here. Wherever I want the bottom part of the couch to be, I'm going to stop, line that up with the vanishing point, draw a straight line. I'm going to go to this corner, make a vertical line so that it's parallel with this one. Where it hits the converging line, it's going to make a 90-degree turn. So this line's going to be horizontal and go off the edge. So this is where I can start kind of filling in the couch to make it look a little more round. So Maybe this side's more like this. And then maybe there's kind of like a little arm cushion here that's more soft. And maybe there's another little arm cushion over here. And then maybe it has, and these would be pretty horizontal even if they were a little bit curved. It has a couple of cushions, seat cushions. So maybe one here and maybe one here. Oops. And then here, it might kind of turn and we might have one of these, like you can kind of see the cushions down here where they stop. All right, and we can make the top of it a little bit more curved too. So there would be a horizontal line up here for the top of the couch. And then wherever the depth of that stopped, we're going to line that up to the vanishing point. So now we can make this look a little bit curved also. And I might even make this line, this straight line, look a little bit more curved, just to make it look a little softer. Now I'm going to draw a coffee table. So first I'm going to decide where the end of the coffee table is going to go. And I think I want it to be even close with the edge of the couch, maybe right about here. So I need a horizontal line that's parallel to the edge of the floor, right here. So that's going to be the far side of my coffee table. Now I'm going to line the corner of each of those edges up with the vanishing point and draw my converging line going this way. And then I'm going to line this corner up with the vanishing point and draw this line going this way. And then I decide, where do I want my coffee table to stop? So I think I want it to stop probably about where the other end of the couch is. So I'm going to line this up horizontally right here and draw my line. So that's where my coffee table is going to stop, right there. So I don't need this extra line. So that's the top of my coffee table. So then this right here would be the facing me, the front face. So I'm going to draw vertical lines here. And then I can close off this rectangle here. So this is just 4 right angles, rectangle. This is the side facing me. Now I draw a line from this corner to the vanishing point to see where this line should go. Now I'm going to draw the legs of the coffee table. So I'm going to keep it simple. We're just going to make rectangle rectangular prism legs. So let's bring it in line with the couch here too. So I'm gonna make the legs stop where the bottom of the couch stops, right there. So that leg's gonna stop there, and the one that comes over here is gonna stop right about there. So that's one leg, and then the other leg, we're gonna make it about the same width, as close as we can, just eyeballing that. So now we've got these two legs. So now we have to figure out, where is this leg gonna stop? This leg, I don't think I'd be able to see it because I think the top of the table would be in the way, but we need to figure out where would the bottom of this leg come. And it actually would be in line with this leg and the vanishing point. So I'm gonna line the corner of the leg with the vanishing point and draw a line. And that's where this leg would stop. And then it would make a right turn, have that right angle. And go back up behind the table like that. Also, if these table legs have any thickness to them, we're going to be able to see another side. So we do still need to keep part of that line. So that we can see the other side of the table leg. Same with this one. Now that I'm looking at it, I made a small mistake with this leg because we would be able to see this side of the leg, and that's going along that line that we drew from this corner to the vanishing point. And then this other side would go right here. Behind the table. We wouldn't be able to see it up underneath the table. So that's really how that leg should look. And then this other table would be in line, or this other leg would be in line with this leg. So it would stop down here, so we can't see it. So that's where that one is. So what if we want to put a rug underneath the coffee table? Let's do a rug. So let's say we want the corner to maybe come to here. And we want, let's just draw the back side of the rug first. So it's going to be parallel with the edge of the wall, or the floor, where the floor meets the wall. So a true horizontal. We want the coffee table sitting on the rug, and let's put maybe part of the couch on the rug too. Now, the side of the rug is going to go to the vanishing point. So I'm going to line that up with the vanishing point and draw this line. And let's make the rug stop right about here. So now I draw a horizontal line parallel with the bottom of my paper. And if I want it to go up underneath my couch just a little bit, let's have it stop there. So this is going to be the other corner. So I'm going to line this up with the vanishing point and draw a line. And it's going to stop underneath the couch. So there's my rug. All right, what if we want to draw a door here? Let's say that we could go through a door into another room on this side. So let's figure out where we want the top of the door to go first. How about it stops like right about there? So if that's where the top of the door is, it's going to line up with the vanishing point. And if that's how wide I want the door, now I'm going to draw a vertical line for the other side of the door frame. And I can also draw like maybe part of the door jamb. Let's do that. So from this corner, I'm going to make a horizontal line. It just needs to be parallel with the ceiling line. just very small, about that far. And then I'm gonna make it go straight down, parallel with the side of the door. Then I'm gonna line this corner up with the vanishing point and draw a line here, because we can see just a little bit of the top of the door jamb. And then there's something else in that room. That's just a whole nother room over there. Now let's draw like a side table up against this wall. I'm gonna start by drawing the edge of the table. I think I want it to go about here. We may have to play with this a minute before I get it right. So this would be the corner of the ends. So I'm gonna line that up with my vanishing point and draw a line. And I'm gonna draw this corner up with my vanishing point and draw a line. Now let's figure out where I want the front edge to stop. Let's have it stop right about here. And then we can give the top of the table a little thickness. So let's draw some vertical lines, one here, one here. We can draw a horizontal line right here to show how thick the top of the table is. Now I'm going to line this corner up with the vanishing point also. And then I can give this vertical line right here to show where that stops. To draw the table legs, I know that this back corner, if I draw a vertical line straight down, it has to at least be this tall in order for it to be on the ground. So that means that this one would have to be at least this far down. So if I draw this one down to here, I know that table leg has to be at least this long to have this be in front of the wall. Otherwise, we've got some weird things going on with the table and how much space it has against the wall. So let's say we have one table leg there. That means that this table leg would go here from this corner. And then we got to figure out where the other table legs would go. Well, if I line this up with the vanishing point, this other table leg would be way off the table. So all we really have to do is draw a vertical line. This table leg is looking kind of wonky. Let me fix that real quick. All right, now let's say we want a piece of artwork on the wall over here. Anything on this wall and anything on this wall would go to the vanishing point. The verticals would stay verticals, but the top and the bottom would go to the vanishing point. So let's say that there is an artwork. Maybe it's one edge is here, and that's how tall it is. I'm going to line this corner up with the vanishing point, and that's going to be the top of the image or the top of the picture. And this corner up with the vanishing point, and that's going to be the bottom of the picture. And that's how it would be if it was a window. In fact, let's make this one a window, and let's make some art on that wall instead. So if we wanted to make this a window, let's give like a little ledge. So however deep we want to make it, let's say it stops there. I'm going to line this corner up with the vanishing point and draw a line, and that's going to be the edge of the window. And maybe we can see a little bit of the side right here. So I'm going to draw a vertical line straight up like this. Because The bottom is below the vanishing point. That means we can see it. The top is above our vanishing point though, so we can see that too. So I need to draw a horizontal line right here. And then I can line this corner up with the vanishing point and draw the top. And now I have this little opening area right here. How about we draw a piece of art on the wall over here, like a picture hanging. So let's make the vertical edge. Can draw that right here. And then we're going to line the corner up with the vanishing point. And line this corner up with the vanishing point. And now we have that on that side. I want to show you one more thing before I just add the fun little details. Let's say that we had like a hardwood floor down here and we wanted to show the floor beams and they ran the length of the room. Those would also go to the vanishing point. In order to make them all the same width, let's measure them out at the back of the wall. I'm going to make a mark at every ½ centimeter. I'm even going to do it through the TV stand, just so I can draw the lines that are going to be right here. Now I'm going to connect my pencil, or going to connect this mark to the vanishing point and draw a line all the way down to the bottom of the paper. And I'm going to do this with each mark. And now I can erase the marks that I made in front of the TV stand. So now I can add some of the fun details. I'm going to speed the video up a little bit. You can try to follow along, or you can come up with your own new details. Pay attention though anytime that I might be using the vanishing point. Now that I'm done, I don't need my vanishing point anymore, so I can erase that. But you can see, because my vanishing point was right here on the left side of the room, it shows that everything is drawn so that it appears the viewer is standing over here. Hopefully this tutorial has given you a basic understanding of how to use one-point perspective to design the interior of a room, and you can apply this in future drawings.